Hey guys, Aramis555 here, and I am doing a video today on EVOL'S. I haven't finished the deck. I know a lot of you guys are, well, maybe some of you guys are waiting for the deck profile. But I just kind of want to talk about some of the cards in the deck, and just get your guys' opinions down below in the comments on what cards you think I should run, what cards you shouldn't, or think I shouldn't run. And yes, that is the dog in the background. Also, just want to talk about my channel. I try to do at least one video a day, just so you guys have something new to watch each day. I think that's something every channel should try to strive to do. It is difficult because I don't always have the idea for content to upload for you guys. There isn't always a good video to, or a good video idea to kind of build off of. So, if you guys have any ideas on what you want to see more from my channel. I know a lot of you are probably going to see dual videos, but it's kind of hard for me at the moment to be doing them. In the future, I'm going to be moving next week. I'll be a lot closer to locals, and I'll probably try to go there every weekend if I can. And when I do that, I'll try to film lots of dual videos and stuff for you guys. And then in between on the weekdays, I'll just do kind of these independent videos like this. So let me know what you guys think, and please send me a PM or just comment down below. So anyways, let's get down to EVOL'S. So first card in the deck that I've seen a lot of people only running two of now is EVOL'S Serato. I've seen a lot of builds just running two. I can completely understand that because you don't really want to draw him, but I think he is still good. Like, he is good to have in the deck, but I think he's also good to have in your hand. 1900 beats is still very, very good. He gets over a lot of stuff, and then obviously if you special summon him, he goes to 21 like Laquari. I kind of compare this deck as, it's kind of like Gladiator Beasts almost, the new version of Gladiator Beasts. I'm still looking for one more Serato, so if anybody has one, let me know. I also need one more Westlow and 3 Logias. I did pull a rare tour guide out of my Battle Pack Epic Dawn. I should probably just do an updated trade binder video for you guys. Not a lot has changed though, so I really don't know if it's worth it, but I probably should put one up. I do have a few new cards. So I just want to know what you guys think. 2 or 3 Serato. I think, so I hate drawing too many of them. I understand why people run 2. Especially now because I've seen some builds running Darwino, but I don't think, I like Darwino, but I really only think you should run Darwino if you're running that El Gennaro dude, which I'll be talking about shortly. That's the one problem with the deck, is I think it's consistent, but at the same time it's inconsistent. If you open up with way too many evils, or you open up with the evils you want in the deck and not the evil tile monsters, you can really, really have a hard time coming back. So it's the one problem with the deck, really. So Westlow is the next card. You do have to run 3. I'm not really going to say much about this guy. He's amazing. I do need one more if anyone has him, so please PM me if you do. I'm not really buying at the moment. I'm more so looking to trade. I have so much stuff right now. Next card is a big one I want to talk about, is Evil Tile Najasho. I've seen a lot of builds just running 2. One of the best cards in the deck, this deck obviously, is this card plus Evo Force. It's the best play you can get first turn. But also, I really like Enemy Controller in this deck, and I know a lot of builds don't. You know, people say you don't want to open up with 2 Najashos. The cool thing about this card is you can always just set it. It's a really good first turn set. 2000 defense. There's not a lot of cards that can get over it. And it just, I think even with 3 Evo Diversity, the search card of the deck, I think that 3 Najasho is still staple. I'm gonna test out 2, but I just feel like I'm not gonna open up with it plus Evo Force as much as I want. So, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this, especially if you're an Evo player. I know the Godlike channel, I think that's his name, is hopefully you might see this and, give me some ideas, but, anyways, let me know what you guys think. I personally think you gotta run 3, but I am gonna test out 2. Next card I want to talk about, I've seen nobody running this guy, is El Gennaro. I can understand why you don't want to waste your normal summoner set on this guy, but the one thing, like I said, with Evos, it's the one weakness of the deck, is that if you open up with like too many Diplos or Evo or what's his name, Volcano, or even Darwino, if you run it, you have no way of really getting them back in the deck. And I saw the Godlike channel's video of his Evil Swords Evils he was running at the last YCS, and he was running Good Goblin Housekeeping, I think that's what it is. But that card's a -1. If you draw into them after the first one, it can end up plussing, but I really just don't think it's that good. I just kind of like this guy. I think he's cool. I think he's got a good effect. He thins the deck out for you a bit. And, you know, you're obviously going to be running defensive traps. You don't always have to, you know, do that. And the cool thing is, like, if you run Gores in this deck, too, you got this guy, you go Evo. You know, people like to say they're Evo Forces from the Joshua, but you're also running Enemy Controller. This guy makes Enemy Controller really, really cool. So I might test out 2 Joshuas and 1 of this guy. So let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to really say anything about these, but 2 Diplo, I've never run 3. You got to run 2. And same with Volcano. Now, that's it for the monsters I have in the deck at the moment. This isn't going to be my final build, of course. I am missing cards. This is just kind of what I have in here at the moment until I figure things out. But I don't have any of the rank 5s, good rank 5s. I don't really have any good. I obviously have EVOL'S, what's his name? Level 6 guy. I can't think of it right at the moment. But he's okay. I really don't think he's that great. But you know, if I had like the keepers and I had probably what's his name, Big Eye, lucky number 7 Big Eye, or whatever it is. Like I just combined 2 cards together, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'd probably try to find room for Darwino, but it's kind of the same issue with what I've been saying that the deck has a problem with, is if you open up with 1 Darwino or even 2 Darwinos, it's like, yeah, you know, you can send in a Joshua and then tribute it off and do some plays and stuff, which is cool. But Darwino is dead if you draw too many of them, or you open up with both, that'd be horrible, so... Next up, 3 Evo Diversity. I've seen some builds like, oh, you gotta run 2 3s Kalagi. Dude, that's like a Samurai player saying, oh, Smoke Signal's at 2, I'm gonna run just 1. Or when there was at 3 and saying, no, I'm just gonna run 2. That is the stupidest thing ever. This counts, each one of these counts as a monster. This is basically, I'm gonna be running about 18 monsters in the deck. You gotta run 3. There's really nothing more than that you can say. Yes, you can only use 1 a turn, but you only need to use 1 a turn, and you want to get to your Joshua as fast as possible. And even grabbing Westlow and just saying at turn 1 is even not a bad play. You know, the only really thing your opponent can do to get around it is like Dark Hole. So even if they do, it's a 1-for-1. It's not a huge deal. Another thing I want to talk about before I move on to or keep going with the spells is tech monsters. Effect Veiler, should I run 2 or 3? It's a question I always excuse me, ask myself in decks like this, because I do like control decks, as you guys know. I generally like 2. I'm not a big fan of 3, as some people are. So I'll probably run 2 in here, but unfortunately I have my only 4 in my Karakuris, and the other 2 in my, 2 in Karakuris and then 2 in my Samurai, so that's my only 4. But I'll figure it out. I might just go with, like, Venus Chain or something when it comes out, but we'll see. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Need some water here. Much better. Next up is 3 Evo Force. Nothing I'm going to say about this card. It's so good. You gotta run 3. It's the heart of the deck. I love the card. It's awesome. Next card I want to talk about, Tech card. Enemy Controller. I've seen some crazy builds running 3. I think that's cool. I think it's perfectly fine. I just think it's a -1, and it's really only good if you got Najasho. Najasho's like, he's good. He's amazing, obviously. He's like the engine of the deck, but you don't always want to be setting him every turn, so I don't know. I think 1's not enough. 3's too many. I think just 2 is a good number. And the nice thing about Enemy Controller is you can use it defensively as well. It gets around Thunder, or not Thunder King. Spirit Reaper, and you know, it just helps you get around those big monsters the deck has a hard time getting around, which is kind of the same as my next card, Forbidden Lance. One's a Starfoil. I don't know if you guys can see it. No, you can't because of the sleeves. I'm going to be getting a second one, but this is one of the cards I really want to talk about. I haven't really tested this enough yet, but this is kind of one of those very cool offensive, defensive cards. I was going to originally be running a bigger trap lineup, but I decided to run a bigger spell lineup. So I just want to know your guys' opinion on this card. Do you think that I should be running lands? It's another card that helps you get around bigger monsters, and it also, of course, you know, it helps protect your Dolka and stuff. Sadly, I don't have Dolka, so I don't know if this will be pointless until I get them, but I think it's a good card regardless. Next up is, just for more consistency's sake, 2-pot duality, because you're not always special summoning. You might just go duality into a Westlow sometimes and set it, or duality and some more protection. I just like duality in this deck. I might end up cutting them out, but we'll see. Spell Trap Hate, I would never run 3 MSTs in the deck. You have Diplo, lots of popping, and Heavy Storm, of course, is a staple. You gotta run it, so there's really nothing more to say there. Avarice is so good in this deck. I'm so glad I'm playing decks again that can play Avarice, because this is one of my favorite cards ever. I think it's still an amazing, overly powered card. It wins games if used at the right time, and it's in Karakuri's, it's ridiculous. I love top decking in Karakuri's. Book of Moon is another card I love in this deck. You got to run it because you run Westlaw. I'm not going to say anything other than that. And then Dark Hole Reborn. So I've had some people say you shouldn't run Dark Hole in this deck, but like Thunder King stuff hurts you. Now that might be the same argument with Samurais and why I should run it in there, because you're not always going to have field presence. But I think Samurais can keep field presence a lot more consistently than this deck, especially because Logia only has one negate, and Samurais can swarm a lot faster than this deck can. This is kind of a slow control deck, which is what I really like about it. So that's it for the spells, guys. So let's go to the traps and what cards you think I should be running. I don't have Fiendish Chains yet. When I get Fiendish Chains, I'll probably try to squeeze 2 in here. I'm hoping I'm going to get a lot from that the Samurai structure, because I'm going to be buying 3 of those structures, but I might be running 2 in my Samurais, maybe 3. I think 3 is too much, but probably 2. So, compulsory. I really like this card. I wanted to talk about this in my Karakuris as well. What card do you guys like more right now? Now, I know a lot of you are, compared to Dimensional Prison, sorry. Compulsory Dimensional Prison, because I know a lot of you are going to say compulsory gets chainable, priority's gone, it's great versus Zectors, but it doesn't remove the problem. And that's one of the things I do hate about this card is, like, it's good in OTK decks. It's not as good as in control decks. Like, it's very good in Samurais, because you can OTK, you have the option to do it. Karakuris is the exact same thing. But D-Prison is so good because it removes the problem, and it hits so many crucial cards. So I just want to know your guys' opinion. What do you like better? Do you like Compulsory or do you like D-Prison? Let me know. I think you gotta run Bottomless. You guys know I'm not going to say anything about Bottomless. Same with the Solemn Brigade. You gotta run the Solemn Brigade. 2 Warnings, Judgment, especially in this deck. Another card I wanted to talk about in this deck was Starlight Road. I still really like this card. I like it in Karakuris especially, but I just find that so many times your opponent like Heavy Storms your 2 back rows, and the next turn you top deck Starlight Road, and you're just so frustrated because you're like, oh, I wish I could just... I know that's Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, but it's one of those cards, if you don't draw it when you need it, it's horrible. It's a terrible top deck, but it can win games if used in the right situation. So, do you guys think it's good in this deck? Because Torrential Tribute does hurt you a little bit. People are going to be trying to Heavy Storm your back row to bait out the Logia effect and stuff like that. So this is kind of cool because you can, they go Heavy Storm and then you go Road with the Logia, and they think you're going to negate it, and you just spray on a Stardust, and you got even more negation, and the threat is just overwhelming on the field. So I might try and squeeze one of these in here because Torrential does hurt this deck a little bit. I don't have Torrential Tribute in here, but I want to talk about Mirror Force. I still love this card. I think it's one of the best cards in the game. I guess people aren't running it because of Inzectors and stuff, and they can pop it before they go off, but it's just such a good card, and people don't expect it as much because no one really runs it anymore. But I think the thing that makes this card better than Torrential is, yes, Torrential, it's more versatile, and yes, it's back at 2, and you can chain it to summons yours or your opponent's. The thing about Mirror Force, and the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's 2 main phases. There's main phase 1, and there's main phase 2. Battle phase, there's only 1. So if you can stop their assault, you can stop their attack with 1 Mirror Force, that interrupts their entire play. They can't go to battle phase, a second battle phase, of course. They have to wait till their next turn, which gives you more turn to set up. And even if they negate this or MST it, it's still a chance that you can get it off. And, Mirror Force wins games. I just love the card. Some of you might be like, why don't you run Torrential in here? It's in the same case with Samurais. You get field control, you have usually a monster on board at every turn, and it's just one of those decks that you can't really minus yourself too much without losing control, much like Black Wings. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of EVOL'S. I'm really excited to get this deck finished. Once again, if anyone has one more Serato, preferably Alti, I need another Westlow and 2 to 3 Logias, I'd be super stoked. I'm even looking for a Dolka right now. And like I said, I did pull a rare tour guide. It is for trade. I valued it at about $30-$35. So if anyone's interested in it, please PM me, let me know, and we can work something out. There was another guy I was working to trade out with, but he has someone who might want to buy the whole deck or something. So anyways, but yeah, anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. Sorry if it's too long. Just wanted to make something for you guys to watch and listen to, and have something to comment down about below. I always like to hear you guys' comments. I always like to hear feedback about my channel and what ideas you guys think I should be doing. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, make sure to leave something down below. Otherwise, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good night, and I'll try to get another video out for you tomorrow. I'll probably do a trade binder update. So anyways, guys, have a good one. Peace.